Welcome to the Face the Music podcast. What is up, everybody? My name is Matt and I'm your host. Welcome to episode number 9. As always, we'll check out this week's top 10 songs of the week, get into some music news, show announcements, including the next round of bands announced for MGR Fest, and very special guest, Long Island's own Resistor. You ready? Let's do it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to episode number 9. If this is your first episode of the Face the Music podcast, I would just like to say welcome to the family. I'm very happy you found your way here. For all my new listeners, this is a place of music, particularly all things hard rock and metal. There are no politics, there's no hot button anything, no bullshit. This is your place to escape from all the drama in life and just relax. We're just a few friends hanging out. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Thanks for listening, and thanks for joining me once again on another episode of the Face the Music podcast. I appreciate and I value the time and support you give me every single week, and I will never take that for granted. Please excuse my voice and appearance today, guys. I just saw Machine Head, In Flames, Unearth, and Lacuna Coil last night, and on top of it being an insane show, it was just an overall crazy late night, but it was such a good time. Needless to say, my voice is shot. I'm exhausted. There's no amount of sleep that can cure a proper hangover. Big shout out to my boys, though, Rob of The Verse and Sean of Devoted Fusion. I had a great time, boys, and I can't wait to do it all again at Trivium next month. How was everybody's WrestleMania weekend? Mine was, Mania was something this year. The matches on night 1 were pretty bad, with the exception of that triple threat at the end of night 1, instant 5-star classic. And then night 2 was kind of the exact opposite of that. The entire card was a 10 out of 10, but John Cena's last WrestleMania match ever was kind of a steaming pile. Nonetheless, though, there were some cool moments in there for us metalheads. You know, we got to see Living Colour play CM Punk to the ring with Cult of Personality live. I mean, even during Punk's vignette, they used Killswitch Engage's This Fire, which is CM Punk's original theme. And also the promo video for that triple threat match, I don't know if you guys knew, featured Sail Into the Black by Machine Head, which was an insane and unexpected feature. And then Kerry King tried to play his guitar and sounded like shit, as per tradition. But, you know, Slayer was fine for what they did, but Kerry King somehow just made a career of being awful at guitar. And something else kind of cool, the Machine Head concert the other night, both Kerry King and Damian Priest were both there, so that was pretty cool. Mania was fun, though. I hung out with my friends, I had a few Steve Weisers, everyone made so much food, but, you know, Mania is like the Super Bowl for us wrestling fans. It's once a year, and even if it sucks, at least the hang is solid, you know? Did you watch, though? Tell me what your favorite parts were, drop them in the comments. Now, guys and girls, whether this is your first episode or your 9th, I do kindly ask that you please help me spread the word about the podcast. Engage on my posts on Instagram. Vote when there's something to vote on. Share posts or episodes on Instagram and Facebook, and make sure you tag me when you do. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on YouTube as well. All of these things make a difference. The goal is growth, and I can't do that without you, and that's the cheapest and easiest way you can help. Now, speaking of helping, anybody who's listened to my show knows I am a huge advocate for mental health. With springtime in full swing, a lot of us deal with things that may affect us in ways that other people don't understand. New season quite often means change, newer routines, and longer days. Many people often end up being overwhelmed or anxious this time of year as we begin to transition over to summer living. Now, for some, it could be the pressure to break the habit of being home all winter to going out because the weather is getting nice. For others, it could be the desire for the perfect beach body and fearing you won't reach your goal in time for the season. Now, for myself personally, it's concert season, and one of my favorite things to do in the summer is go to the beach for a concert. Almost every year, though, I end up missing out on a lot of the bands that I want to see, whether it's because of scheduling or I'm low on funds, priorities, really all of the above. FOMO is a stressful thing for a lot of us, especially during the summer, and it would seem the more time we spend on social media seeing everybody else do the things that we want for ourselves, it gets to be a bit overwhelming at times. I want to let you guys know about my amazing sponsor, BetterHelp. Anxiety often peaks in the late springtime, and BetterHelp can connect you with a therapist who can provide support. Majority of BetterHelp members seek support for anxiety, and 69% of members report improved anxiety symptoms after just 6 weeks of therapy on BetterHelp. It's easy to start. You'll just fill out a questionnaire, and you'll match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. Easily switch therapists at any time at no extra cost if it's not the right fit for you. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you with any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. Let BetterHelp help you rule your anxiety so your anxiety doesn't rule you. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/facethemusic and get 10% off your first month. Are you interested in being a guest on the show? Well, hit me up. I'm always looking for new bands, musicians, friends, other podcast hosts, promoters, or people who just live for rock and metal that want to come on and talk. Let's set it up. Don't be shy. It's always a good time. I will say, though, as of today, I am booked up about 4 weeks out. So if you've got something you want to come on and talk about, do not wait. Email me or message the Face of Music Instagram page. You ready for this week's Top 10? Here we go. Alright guys, so this week's Top 10, we will hear music from Blood Simple, Saul, Yosemite in Black, Soilwork, Get the Shot, Job for a Cowboy, Prey Upon, Uchikatsu, More of Myself to Kill, and a supergroup song featuring members of Machine Head, Lacuna Coil, In Flames, and Unearth. Let's get into it. As always, you'll hear all the clips from the top 10 on Spotify episodes, but unfortunately, YouTube snitches if you want to upload music. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry, but the clips won't be featured. But not to worry, YouTube, you can still listen to the full songs over on the Face of Music Top 10s playlist over on Spotify. Code will be at the end of the top 10, and it's also in the link that's in my socials. Now, kicking it off at number 10, we have Long Island new metal / alt metal band Prey Upon. Prey Upon has been around now for about 9 or so years and have consistently delivered the goods. I shared the stage with these guys a few times. They're awesome people and they're so good live. We first played together actually opening for Motograder, and since then they've been all gas, no brakes. The band has gone through a few lineup changes over the years, but the heart only beats stronger with Prey Upon. Big shout out to Mike and the boys. I miss you guys, and I gotta come to a show soon. At number 10 this week, this is Prey Upon with Bojangles. Number 9 goes to a band that hailed from New York City back in the early to late 2000s. This band came to be after New York metalcore band Vision of Disorder disbanded in 2002, and from the ashes formed a supergroup consisting of Tim Williams and Mike Kennedy of VOD, Kyle Sanders, who is in Hell Yeah, Medication, and Screw, Kyle also being the brother of Troy Sanders of Mastodon, and Chris Hamilton of Downset and Deadbolt. The band is Blood Simple. I saw them open for Mudvayne back in the day when Lost and Found came out at Roseland Ballroom in New York City. Life of Agony and American Head Charge were also on the bill. This was 1 week before American Head Charge guitarist Brian Otteson passed away as well. Blood Simple was not here for a long time, but holy shit were they here for a good time. They only released 2 albums though, Red Harvest in 2007 and their debut A Cruel World in 2005. The song I'm going to play for you in just a second is the first song that I ever heard them play live. It's also the first song you hear on A Cruel World. This, to me, is one of the best opening tracks of all time. At number 9, this is Blood Simple with Straight Hate. At number 8, we have a band from Long Island, New York, More of Myself to Kill. They're a prog death metal band, and they are one of the more well-known bands in this scene as well. They've been around for an incredibly long time at this point. Affectionately known to many as Mom TK, they've torn up the Long Island metal scene for over a decade. Their first release came out in 2016 entitled Challenger, which was a bangin' 5-song EP, and from jump, these guys have been ripping shit up. Excellent musicianship, combining metal, prog, gent, crazy amounts of groove, and the band just continued to evolve. Earlier this year, Mom TK released their second EP entitled Epilogue, and as true to form as possible, it still contains all the elements that make this band great. Your number 8 song of the week, off the most recently released EP Epilogue, this is More of Myself to Kill with Rapture. Taking the number 7 spot this week, the band Saul. For those unfamiliar with Saul, they're a genty hard rock band out of Sutherland, Iowa. The band started back in 2007 by brothers Blake and Zach Bedsall. They've released 3 EPs, 2010's Embrace the Pain, 2014's The Touching of Parallels, 2019's Aeons, which would feature the band's first major hit Brother, which would also go on to appear on their debut full-length album Rise as Equals. They also released 2 full-lengths, the aforementioned Rise as Equals that came out in 2020, and This Is It, The End of Everything, which came out in 2023. Now, during 2024, the band would see the exit of bassist Will and drummer Miles, but Blake and Zach continue to write and record music and will hopefully be picking up where they left off soon. Saul is a band that has inspired me so greatly, that got me through the pandemic and all the bad shit that came from that, including losing my band and helping me find the motivation to keep writing and recording for myself. Saul is a band that definitely means a lot to me, and they treat their fans with the utmost respect. I got to see them in 2021 at Blue Ridge, and I've always connected with their music, but the live experience was something else. The song I'm about to play for you, this song put into words something that I've had a difficult time doing for the last 13 years of my life since I lost my cousin Jimmy due to a car accident. Soon after Jimmy's death, I began writing a song of my own for him. It's been 13 years, and I still can't put it into words. I can't find the words to say, but this song captures everything that I was feeling and still feel. Blake and Zach wrote this song about their big brother who tragically passed away in 2009. The song is powerful, moving, emotional, and my heart goes out to these guys. Number 7, this is Saul with Brother. At number 6, from the ATL, hippie metal band Yosemite in Black. I first heard these dudes a few weeks ago at the Resistor, Path We Choose, Trader show, and they blew my mind. They have such immense potential to be a regular name in the metal world in the next few years. The band originated back in 2019, released their first single in 2020. Over the next 4 years, they would release a few other singles before dropping their debut album, The Pursuit Of, in 2024. The band just finished their touring cycle with Crown Magnetar and Traders, and I sincerely hope they come back through New York soon. Singer Luke and guitarist Dylan have such amazing chemistry with each other, and bassist Cody and drummer Mike are so tight they're practically vacuum sealed. This band is going to be huge. I can feel it. Their music is so good, it's so full of the heavy stuff, of groove, of hardcore, and they're so much fun to watch do their thing. At number 6 this week, off of their album The Pursuit Of, this is Yosemite in Black with Cerberus. Number 5, we have a bit of deathcore royalty. A band who really helped pioneer the genre back in the early 2000s. The epitome of MySpace core. Out of Glendale, Arizona, Job for a Cowboy. Job for a Cowboy began in 2003, created their MySpace profile in 2004, and by 2005 they were already extremely well known, having released arguably their biggest song to date, Entombment of a Machine. They hit the ground running, and before long, they were one of the biggest names in the metal world. Singer Johnny Davey is the only original member left of the band, but despite the changes in lineups through the years, the band's sound has always remained the same. They are extremely proficient, they're technical, Johnny's vocals are out of this world and highly underrated. The band has released 5 albums and 3 EPs. After taking almost a 10-year-long hiatus in 2015, the band returned in 2024 with their new album, Moon Healer. At number 5 this week, off of Moon Healer, this is Job for a Cowboy with an extremely long song title, but nowhere near as bad as Volbeat lately. This is Job for a Cowboy. The sun gave me ashes, so I sought out the moon. The number 4 spot this week goes to Long Island, New York, horror movie influenced new core band Uchikatsu. Now, I've mentioned Uchikatsu quite a few times on the show, mostly because they've been playing shows that I've announced, but going deeper into their background, they started in 2019. Influences come from various styles of metal, including variants of core music, as well as nu metal, but also deriving a lot of influence from film, specifically horror. Lyrically, they tell powerful stories based on real-life experiences, which is most definitely conveyed through the emotions of singer John Rosario. Uchikatsu is a Japanese word meaning an overcoming or a conquering, and these guys are definitely set to conquer. Their sound is brutal. They take what they do very seriously, from stage production to sound and studio. Uchikatsu is a band that I personally can't wait to see live. They're most definitely on my radar, and they should be on yours as well. At number 4, this is Uchikatsu with The Burning of the Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome to the top 3 songs of week 9. Now, at number 3, my love for Swedish Melodeath is ever present. Out of Helsingborg, Sweden, we have Soilwork. Now, Soilwork has been around for a minute now, starting all the way back in 1995. Singer Bjorn Strid is the only original member left in the band, a pretty common theme in today's top 10 that I'm just now realizing. The band started as a relentless and thrashy metal band, citing Pantera, Meshuggah, and Carcass as their main influences, and over time, really, while maintaining the intense and pummeling instrumentals, vocally, Bjorn also began to incorporate cleans, which also gave them more of what I'd call a Swedish mellowcore sound. They're an absolutely phenomenal band, and for weeks now, the band has been teasing something to follow up to their 2022 album Overgenheten, which I'm sure I just pronounced in the most stereotypically American way possible, and for that, I am sorry. I was turned on to this band only within the last couple of years, which is damn near criminal, but it happened totally by accident. I was listening to Sirius XM Liquid Metal one day, and I heard this song. The bass drums were non-stop. They weren't fast, but they didn't stop. The music was melodic, it was majestic, and honestly beautiful. It was powerful, and the vocals gave me the fucking chills, honestly. This was my first time ever hearing Soilwork, and the song was Stallfogel. Your number 3 song of the week, this is that song. Off of Vergleten, this is Soilwork with Stallfogel. Number 2, out of Quebec, Canada, metalcore band Get the Shot. Now, Get the Shot is a no bullshit, raw energy kind of band. They're a brick to the face, sonically speaking. They hit fast and they hit hard. Lyrically, to sum it up, they say the quiet part out loud. Get the Shot uses music to express their anger and frustrations with the world that we live in, and they're showing that even the heaviest of music can be cathartic, expressive, and relatable. Get the Shot started back in 2009. They have a massive international following, dominantly French-European. The band has become a must-see band at festivals such as Hellfest and Heavy Montreal, and they were also nominees at the Canadian Juno Awards. Now, a friend of mine has been telling me about this band for a very long time. Shout out, Rob. But I slept on him. Now, after looking through Spotify's metal playlist this week, I discovered that Get the Shot just released 2 brand new tracks back in February. No album's been mentioned yet, though. At number 2 this week, this is the first of those 2 tracks. This is Get the Shot with Pit of Misery. And finally, your number 1 song of week 9. This is a massive track from 4 massive bands who are all touring together right now, who I just went to go see last night. I'm talking about Unearth, Lacuna Coil, In Flames, and Machine Fucking Head. The 4 bands collaborated on this song for the announcement of this tour, and oh my god, what a banger. It is an absolutely blistering song about how we live our life, making sure that we make the most of what we have. We get one chance to do this, so we need to make sure that we leave our mark. Do something important. Do something that stands out. Make your impact. Machine Head has always been about proving the world wrong, showing everyone exactly what they're made of, and this is no exception. Shit makes you want to run through a brick wall, dude. I hope you guys listen to this, and I hope you find a way to put your mark on this world. Let this inspire you and light a fire under you the same way that it did for me. At number 1 this week, a bona fide rager featuring Lacuna Coil, Unearth, In Flames, and Machine Head. This is These Scars Won't Define Us. You can check out the full songs on the Face of Music Top 10s playlist on Spotify by either searching or scanning the code on your screen now. My friends in bands, if you have a show coming up or a new single, album, or EP dropping, please let me know. I want to make sure that I'm doing my part in making sure that your music gets heard and that your band is getting seen. If you don't tell me though, unfortunately, I'm not really going to know about it. So please reach out. Don't be afraid. Shoot me an email at theftmpod@gmail.com or just shoot me a message on Instagram. But shout out Dead Within Days, who by the time this airs will have dropped their brand new single, Lost Light. Please go check that out and support my boys. Alright guys, we got some show announcements. Now, April 26th, Anaka, Patterns of Decay, Jackpot, For the Birds, and Desolate Sun take over Amityville Music Hall, Amityville, New York. If you buy today, it's $15. If you buy at the door, it's $18. So save yourself some cash. Doors are at 5:30. May 24th, the start of Memorial Day weekend, we have yet another fantastic night of metal featuring Uchikatsu, who you just heard on our top 10, Patterns of Decay, and Tethered, who were both on previous top 10s. And this is going to be at City Sound Studios, Ronkonkoma, New York. Now, this is also featuring Graveborn from Massachusetts, Sidekind from New Hampshire, and Soul Mirror. Let's show the out-of-towners what New York's all about. One day later, making Memorial Day weekend just the craziest weekend for shows we've had in a while. Sand City South, Lindenhurst, New York, May 25th. We have I Dreamt the Sea, Dead Within Days, Soul Searcher, Numb Flower, and Hope Speak. Doors are at 6 p.m., $15 to get in. It is cash only, so hit the bank on your way, get some extra cash from merch, and it's a 21 and up event. There is a new tour announcement. We Came as Romans, After the Burial, Currents, and Long Island Boys Johnny Booth on the Bad Luck North American Tour this July and August. For us New Yorkers, they're playing the Palladium Times Square on July 24th. That's only day 2 of this monster tour. Which brings me to my next point. 2 days later, July 26th, Moongroove Records hosts MGR Fest 2025. This event will take place at Uber Geek Brewing in Riverhead, New York. This is going to be like a Long Island version of Warped Tour. The whole thing kicks off at noon and goes all day and all night. This is going to feature local artists, touring acts. There's going to be so many vendors, activities, games, food trucks, so much more. It's going to be a fucking blast, honestly. I can't wait. $25 if you buy ahead of time, $30 at the door, so make sure you save yourself some cash. Buy early. Now, speaking of MGR Fest, last week I told you guys about 2 more bands that were added to the bill. We now have Farsight, Ringside Tonic, Pathmaker, Cheem, Path We Choose, and last week there were 3 more bands added. I'm so excited to tell you that the next bands announced are Soul Searcher, Resist the Temptation, and With Sales Ahead. Soul Searcher and Resist the Temptation have been featured in my top 10s previously, and Resist the Temptation is going to be coming on the show in a few weeks, so you're going to learn plenty more about them. Now, With Sales Ahead is a post-hardcore band out of Asbury Park, New Jersey. The band has released 3 EPs, Years in Waiting, Morning Sun, and Rin, and their debut full-length album entitled Infinite Void just came out last year, April 2024. This band reminds me a lot of bands like Tonight Alive, Silverstein, Coheed. They have such a cool sound, and it's one that's definitely their own. With Sales Ahead is most definitely a band that I will be checking out at MGR Fest. Next Friday, I'm going to have the next round of bands to tell you about, but as I say every week, Don't wait for me. Go follow Moongroove Records and get the announcements in real time. Follow everything they're doing. They're bringing life back to this music scene. It's a very exciting thing, and I want you guys to be a part of it. Go follow Moongroove Records. Quick music news this week. Achilles Confession loses drummer and merch guy last week. Mushroomhead drummer stepped in to help the band out. This week, Achilles Confession guitarist quits mid-tour and says that the band are not good human beings. He said that he, as well as the drummer, were treated very poorly. The rest of the band were trying to create a false story about him getting drunk and falling off of a stage and trying to pit band members against each other. The guitarist would also continue by saying that singer Waylon Reeves would try to fight him upon quitting. It's a toxic and unprofessional environment, and that he's currently stranded in Santa Clarita as the time of his post. The band has not responded yet, or stated that they would be halting due to the tour, or if there were any other replacements. Last week, we also talked about Fyre Fest 2 and how Billy McFarland is a criminal. Well, this week, Fyre Fest has officially been canceled. But it gets better. McFarland is selling the festival now as well. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I would put good money on him trying to sell ownership, but still loophole his way into a sale that would also allow him to profit if it does sell. No one should buy this festival, guys. This thing is something that should die and stay dead. No one should entertain this guy's bullshit any further. He should be in jail. Now, on more fun news, Acacia Strain just finished recording their 13th but yet to be named album with producer Randy LaBouffe. Now, vocalist Vincent Bennett spoke a bit about the album on Instagram, saying that he laughed, cried, literally during certain vocal takes. He went into sicko mode and ate airheads. It's angry, sad, it's a little ridiculous, and pure the Acacia Strain. Welcome to the existential, depressive, low fantasy era. Acacia Strain are heading out on tour next month with Frozen Soul, Gates to Hell, Your Spirit Dies, and Maul. The first stop on this tour is right here on Long Island at Amityville Music Hall, Amityville, New York. Lastly, I have to shout out something important. My friends in Monolith Zero, they're searching for a new drummer. They plan on moving their current drummer to a different role in the band, as he's a multi-instrumentalist, and they're looking to keep him in a versatile role. These guys are very good friends of mine. They're great dudes, they're very creative, and they work very hard at what they do. They're asking for a drummer who's dedicated, first and foremost, has their own gear, can rehearse regularly, as well as be open for shows, and takes the commitment of being in a band seriously. Monolith Zero has immense potential, and they're making a lot of moves right now, so if you inquire, please make sure you are taking it seriously. Hit them up on Instagram if you're interested. I found out about the band Resistor late 2024, early 2025, after seeing an ad for them on Instagram. I legitimately could not escape it. But I heard this band, I clicked on their profile, and they were right here on Long Island, which is awesome. And they were just a couple weeks away from releasing their newest EP, Are You Happy Now? They were so heavy, so brutal, but so much fun. I featured Resistor in the first ever Face the Music Top 10 way back in week 1. Ever since, I wanted to get them on here and meet the guys. After seeing them and meeting a few of them at AMH a couple weeks ago, we talked about it and we finally made it happen. So here's the interview, enjoy, and I'll talk to you afterwards. Cool. Yeah, just I wanted to make sure everything is set up the right way this time. I did a 3.5 hour interview a couple weeks ago with Rob Festa of the Stitched Up, and not a single minute of it recorded. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen again this time.
Nice.
Always take them to take the gear off the stage too.
Oh, Jesus.
It's spicy today.
So what's been up, guys? How's everything been?
He's going.
Good, man. Yeah, we just got back from a tour, getting ready. Burger King more recently, tour slightly less, and getting ready for the next run.
Very cool. Very cool. I met. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera right. Trying to see you guys. I don't want to see my own fucking face. Yeah, I met a couple of you guys at the show. At Amityville Music Hall. I didn't get to meet all you guys though. So for those of you who I didn't meet, I'm Matt. It's great to actually meet you guys. I've been following you for a few months now. Um, I don't believe I met your bass player or your DJ.
Bass player here. My name's Ian, and our DJ is currently in the city right now.
You're
Oh, cool.
lucky because he would have been talking to you for 7 hours straight.
And our drummer is sick.
He has diarrhea.
Uh,
Probably.
Probably.
that's all right. Um, but yeah, it was great getting to meet you guys at Amityville. It was a great show. You guys killed it.
Oh, dude, thank you.
I never actually gotten the chance to see you guys live. Like you guys have been a talk around the scene for a minute, but I'm glad I finally got to connect and see you guys. And like I was telling I forget who actually I was saying it to. I believe it was Tony that like the Path We Choose boys, like I go back a long way with them. And you guys on the same bill with them, it was kind of no brainer. And I'd never heard of Yosemite and Black either before that night. They blew my mind. They were so good.
They were very good. Very nice guys too. We were talking to them at the show for a while. They were very good guys. We had the merch table right next to them and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to their singer and their bassist. And their bassist is such a nice person. Like he tore shit up, but he was also a very humble guy. He gave me a hug. Like I didn't see that coming, but um yeah, so you guys are getting ready to go out again with Southpaw. Are you guys direct support on that tour?
Yeah.
Very cool. Tell me a little bit about it. Like how'd you get there? Like what were the steps leading up to it? Do you know their music?
So basically, one day we were sitting around, and then their singer Alan called Grandma and goes, "You guys want to play on this tour?" And we said yes.
No, we said no.
Oh, we said no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then separately.
And then Alan pretty much just begged us, and he's like, "Please, I need you guys to play."
How spicy am I allowed to be on this thing?
Go for it, dude.
Oh God.
We had an agent that kind of fucked up the whole scenario when they originally asked us, and then luckily it came back around that the band that they got instead couldn't do it last minute, so we had about 15 minutes to give them a yes or no answer, and we just said yes because that's our motto is we say yes and then we figure it out later.
Grambo and Alan have gone back for a while. We actually toured with them
Last year.
pretty much exactly a year ago from right now. We were out with them
yeah,
at Southern Band Surfaced, yeah. So that was our first outing with them, and now they're doing a big U.S. headliner, taking along a lot of bands for different spots, and we're getting, I believe it's the last leg, right?
Yeah.
We're doing the last leg with them for
The East Coast.
about 12, I think it's 12 days, 13 days, something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw with the tour posters that there was like three different bands that they were taking out, or at least that's what I saw. It was like three different promotions being set up. You guys being one of three. That's cool that they're doing it that way. It's good exposure for the younger bands.
Definitely.
It's smart for them too, because it's like the areas that they do with is bands that draw well in those certain areas too.
Yeah, it's a smart business move.
Yeah, we're doing basically the whole East Coast with them.
Down to their home.
Straight down to their
A little
home.
bit west, like going to Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
have Nashville's.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But we obviously, being from the East Coast, we definitely, it's definitely the better area of the country where we do comparatively. I mean, we just did a headliner East Coast run a couple weeks ago, which was fantastic. That was just a solo one, and that one went extremely well. So, and met a lot of people there that were excited about Southwood too.
And then we have the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. You guys have been touring now actively for a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah.
It's been pretty steady for the past. I've been playing with the guys for about 2 years now, and it's basically since. No, I think it was April of 2023. No,
22.
Was it 22? Okay, so coming on 3 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's been pretty steady through that. I was filling for a couple runs, and then 6 months later joined, and we've just been go, go, go.
He was a photographer first. Tell him how much we paid you.
Yeah, I got $100, and I stole a pair of their shorts.
Nice.
That was my payment for the run. But
We overpaid.
We overpaid. Big
He
time.
never paid me back for the shorts.
that's true. Never gonna. Yeah, I was the top budget that's ever been provided by this band.
At least you're reasonable. You didn't have to stall.
Yeah.
So now with you guys being so active with touring, I noticed that your home shows are really limited. That's got to be kind of a good feeling, knowing that you're actually seeing the success. You don't need to build up so much on the home shows, and when you do come home, they are that much more impactful.
That's definitely, yeah, it's definitely something that we try and do is keep it to where it's like if we do play home, like people kind of get excited and they know they won't be able to see us all the time.
Yeah.
We get to always do it. We get to rip those shows with our friends and stuff. We always make it a big homie fest and shit. So it's always something to really look forward to. Not where it's like, oh man, here we go. We're gonna play at this spot again all the time. If that kind of makes sense. So
We want to, make it an event. There's a lot of bands around here that, no flack to them, but they'll play, a couple times a month at the same venues all year long. And we want it to be something that's a little more special as far as the lineups and the consistency of it. And I mean, we spend enough time on the road as it is, so we definitely want to make those home shows the best we possibly can, whether it's a show that we're running or a show like the one that you saw us on where we played with Traders.
Mm.
We want it to be something special, and I definitely think the Traders one was special for sure.
Yeah, it was. It was a pretty good representation of like what the Long Island scene is about. I mean, the crowd kind of they died off a little bit, but you guys brought the energy. Path We Choose killed it. I don't think they knew how to react to Yosemite and Black, honestly. But they seemed to pick up a lot, like with Crown Magnetar. They were kind of getting into it a bit.
Yeah,
Singers in the pit the entire time. It was pretty cool. I didn't stick around for Traders. I was shot. That was like my first show in 2 years. So it got to a point where I was like, I gotta go. I can't stand up anymore. But
Yeah, there's no chairs at the MH.
no.
So crazy. You build this venue and I'm gonna put it on blast. We need some fucking chairs, at least a stool or something. I'm a big boy. I can't stand for that long. It's crazy.
Preach,
there should
man.
be somewhere.
Yeah, at least like a wedge or something.
There should be some.
Like you even put up like a little flower pot or something that I could drink out of.
There's no re-entry.
Yeah,
Give me a chair.
Because I can't.
Yeah.
I sit down on the floor. I'm not gonna be able to get back up. It's fucked up.
And there's no more back area, right?
what's that?
They got rid of that back area, didn't they?
No, it's still there, but there's no chairs.
Oh. See, that was the one escape. They always used to have picnic chairs back there, but now there's nothing.
Yeah, no,
So
they got rid of the stools.
Yep.
damn.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they sure did.
They want to pack all the meat they can into one place, and by God, they did it. But
Yeah. I mean, to their credit, the place looks absolutely incredible.
oh, it's beautiful. They
It-
did such a good job.
Looks
on
like
it.
a legitimate venue for the first time in its existence, so I'm pretty hyped with that. I've been playing around there and going there for almost 20 years, and like that was the first time I walked in there. I was like, holy shit. This place can actually be taken seriously. So
I had
it's
like
cool.
the same reaction when I walked in there for the first time. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
My reaction was, wait, the door's over here now?
Yeah.
What the heck? What the heck?
Where's the stage?
Yeah.
You're telling me the crowd stands on that?
The bar's there. I know that. That didn't move.
What the heck?
Yeah, that was my first time there since they renovated everything. So it was a pretty big shock, but I was so happy to see it. Like if they were going to do something during COVID, that's definitely the thing they should have done, you know. It needed that kind of gutting and revamping. The bar looks fantastic. Like the drink prices are actually I think better now than they used to be, which is kind of scary, but yeah, no, everything about the place was just great.
I like they kept the old bathrooms like it's part of a museum.
Yeah.
See, and I couldn't even tell you what the old bathrooms looked like. I refused to ever go in them.
If you ever open the door, you know which one's the old one. You'll know which one's the new one.
It's the one that you couldn't sit on the toilet even if you tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. The stickers
You can't
inside the toilet.
Places like Rev, AMH, Shakers, they're the places that you just don't shit at. You go home to take a shit, take a piss, do your thing. But
No, Rev was great. I missed Rev every day when I think about jokes and stuff. Yeah, Donkey too.
yeah, oh god, the donkey was great.
Downtown was the best.
Downtown was actually legitimately the best. Yeah, friggin' Slayer played the downtown.
No.
Wow, how big was it?
I mean, as big as the image now.
Oh wow.
I saw Fall Out Boy there.
That's cool. I saw Twisted Sister there, but they were like, I don't know. I don't know what their deal was back then. I think they were just getting back together, so they were testing out a run. They went as Bent Brother instead of Twisted Sister, but it was such a sick show.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I think
What a
like
rebrand.
they had a pretty violent breakup as a band, and when they got back together, allegedly their bassist like put a gun on top of one of the amplifiers and said, "I'll use this if it gets out of hand again." So like I don't know if that's true or false. That's what they said on stage one night, but that's to be taken with a grain of salt, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the downtown was the shit too. That I miss that place so much. I used to be in Maine at that place. Like I think once a week at least I was there seeing a band, but there's
That's
always something going
They
on.
had like 10 shows a week. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I remember I saw Under Oath and the Chariot 3 times in a row in the same weekend.
At the same place?
Yeah, they played. It packed out so much that they opened a second day, and then there was a Sweet 16 of the same show before the first show, and me and my friends snuck into the Sweet 16. So we got to see the same show 3 days in a row,
That's
3 times in a row. Every time I died, I saw that too. That place was packed with that.
yeah. I saw Machine Head there once. I saw Trivium and Darkest Hour there. Like there's crazy shows.
Wow, that's crazy that they had those.
As they dying and Throwdown on 420, I remember that one. Oxymoron.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All That Remains has played there before. They used to get like the biggest names coming through. But yeah, it's sad they closed. But
Long Island is not really a hot spot. Like
It's
people,
too expensive to get.
yeah, it's too expensive to get here, and like there's
Yeah.
like, if it's not the Paramount, there's nowhere else to go besides Jones Beach. But that is just
Another level.
another level. Yeah.
yeah,
What?
Season.
Yeah, you can only
Oh,
play there
yeah,
4
yeah.
months a year, 5 months a year.
well, Jones
Yeah,
Beach.
it's not like Traders would play the show. You know what I mean? Like it's not like if they have a band there, it's a giant thing.
The Donkey was a good spot for that C tier, like Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
It wasn't that far. The only other big venues are all the way in Patchogue.
Yeah.
89 North and Stereo Garden. That's
Like,
for
half of
a
them-
touring package. That's very far, very expensive to go out of the way for.
and they don't even want this in their venue.
Yeah, that
You know what I
on
mean?
top of that.
Like they just
No,
so
Yeah, they look at it like, what the heck?
But I do wish more shows went to the Paramount.
all they want at like Stereo Garden, 89 North, all that kind of stuff. They just want tribute bands. They want bands that are gonna pack the house and make their money. They don't care about.
it's
you know.
about the money.
But in the
And in
end,
the end, it's always about the money.
Oh yeah, every time.
Island strong,
But-
baby.
So the funny thing is, I heard that if you want to rent 89 North out to put on a show there, it's about $300. At least that's what it was prior to COVID. I don't know if they increased their prices.
Sewage Fest.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm actually
Let's do it. Yo,
It's
we're gonna rent it out. Mark my words right now.
Yeah.
That's on there. It's called Sewage Fest.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Yeah, 2027. Let's get it.
And it's all the copyright and stuff isn't really just part of the logo.
Right.
Yeah.
Little C's
Yeah.
everywhere.
I recommended some people over there, and like they came back and saying like it was cheaper than AMH. It was cheaper. Like I mean, Shakers is the cheapest. I think that's like $100 deposit that I'm pretty sure you get back. But
Changed it. Yeah,
they did.
It's like $400.
Well, how much was the
For who?
Not $400.
500?
It's probably about the
No,
same.
BMW was like 200. 300.
I
Yeah,
got
really?
that.
One reason I know because when Senseless' show got canceled and we had to switch it real
Yeah.
quick, that's when, I think it was like 250 or some shit.
Well, it doesn't come with a sound guy. I guess trade off.
Who was that much money now?
Shakers is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it used to be exactly what you said. It was free minus $100 deposit. I've thrown shows there. I had friends that threw shows there, and ever
Yeah.
since they changed it, I never see that name pop up anymore now.
Damn, that's nuts. I didn't know they were charging that much money. The last time I ran a show there, like I was told I didn't even have to give the deposit because I've run so many shows there. But
Wow.
that's kind of
It's
crazy.
not a bad venue. The problem with it is that there's no public transport to get you there. So if you don't have
Yeah.
a car, you can't go.
Yeah.
Is essentially what it is. At
You
least
think
AMH
that's
is.
the biggest thing?
Yeah, and you look at AMH, a block from the train station. It's an amazing.
Yeah.
location.
That is true.
Yeah.
I also feel like most of the, and this is not true for everything, but I feel like a lot of the metal stuff or like the scene that we're in is much more like Nassau County. Like Nassau County, closer to like Brooklyn, but not really in Brooklyn, but like
Yeah.
definitely Nassau. Even though that's not
Yeah.
to say that's not to say that there aren't bands that play out in like the Cave. Even I don't know if you heard of that place or
I've heard of it. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet though.
yeah, like there's plenty of venues, but it's like honestly like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
You've never seen before that show up to shows and stuff.
Back when I was playing, I noticed the same thing. There was a big divide between like the Nassau crowds and the Suffolk crowds. And Suffolk was always, it was easier for me to draw there because I know more people in Suffolk, but the crowds were better ultimately. Like once you go over the Nassau County line, like Revolution, AMH, all those venues had kind of a more built-in crowd than any venue out east does.
Yes, you're absolutely
Um,
right.
they're more used to seeing those kind of shows out there.
Had a built-in crowd. It was like back in the day.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
You know what I miss back in the day? The Humane Society in Garden City.
I don't know it.
It was just like a big VFW essentially, but it was just a huge hall. I saw Story So Far there. I saw Last 10 Seconds of Life there. Played
Oh, cool.
Texas in July there. A lot of cool stuff there. You know,
And what
they're
was
already
the
booked by Junior.
what was the venue you had just mentioned with the built-in crowd? I missed that first part.
I forgot the name of the venue. It was like another one in the Patchogue area.
Oh, okay. Um, how long ago are we talking?
Like 2010, 2011.
Um,
Yeah, I can't think of it.
I know there was O'Brien's out in like the Quorum area, but that
I played
was
O'Brien's. I remember O'Brien's. I think there was a place called Candies in Shirley or something like that.
Oh,
That's exactly what Ken's would
well,
be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there was I forget where Velvet Lounge was. I'm not sure if that was
Oh,
West
I
or
remember
East.
Velvet Lounge.
No,
I
the
remember
Vibe
that.
Lounge now. That one.
Vibe Lounge was
Oh,
yeah.
Vibe Lounge was just, I could spit and land on that house from where I lived. I missed that place so much.
Was that where you were when
Rock
the
Center.
Chef's house?
No,
No,
this
it
was
was
in
just- it's
Rockwell
Rockwell
Center.
Center.
Oh, Rockwell Center.
Every big crew package went to Rock.
Really?
Everyone went to Vibe Lounge and it was all booked
And
through
Medicine.
Loaded.
Medicine
Hmm.
also in Levittown.
Yeah.
Medicine.
And now Loaded's got Stereo Garden.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Good for
Yeah,
them.
they've been booking a lot through Stereo Garden. Um, I mean, I found out about that. Like I said, I don't go to as many shows as I used to, but a couple of years ago, before Face the Music was a podcast, I was making hot sauce for bands and stuff. And
That's sick.
Monolith Zero hired me to make a hot sauce for them, and they wanted me to go set up a table at their like album release show. So I went to Stereo Garden, set everything up, and I see a table for Loaded there, and they tell me like this is their new spot. I was like, well, it's a good landing spot after Rev closed, I guess. Um, I don't know what the overhead is there, but like it's that used to be the Emporium. That place is fucking huge. So
Massive, right? It can't be cheap.
no. That place started renting out the venue for weddings and shit too. So like
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a big spot.
Yeah. They actually it looks nice. Like they got rid of the second stage entirely. They turned that into a whole bar area. So the
Isn't that
bar
strange? The same place they have weddings. That's like that blows.
yeah.
That
Well,
blows
they
my mind.
started
I think they do
doing
stuff at AMH. I know not weddings, but I think they do like other stuff there too.
during COVID, I think every venue on the island started getting into private parties and like other ways to generate cash because they all took such a financial hit with everything. Um, I know that Shaker started doing that. Shaker started offering their space for like small parties and get-togethers, but um, yeah, I went to Stereo Garden because I got engaged during COVID. We were looking for a venue, and we're like, yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. And it was pretty expensive, but like the main table, like the husband and wife sit on the stage, and then the entire like pit is where the party is. So that much is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like that's way over the top. It's like a 10-foot stage.
It is. It's tall, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've never been there.
It's got a little height
I feel
to
like
it.
I've seen
It's-
videos of it. And I remember being like freakishly large, like
yeah.
high.
No, it's not like higher than a person, but like it's got a little height, a little caboose.
Does it?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's why we should probably go there.
Mhm.
As long as we stop at Candy.
What band were you in back in the day? You said you were playing.
Well, I was in a few. I mean, when I started, my first band out was Requiem of Ashes. It was a melodic death metal band, like kind of in the vein of what Trivium is. I guess that's more metalcore. Like we were in the middle. There was a lot of different influence in there. Um, I took a break from playing out after they broke up. So I would say from like 2010, maybe 2011 to about 2014, I was inactive. Then I joined up with Logan's Room in 2014. We were together 3 years about. Then I joined up with Burn Your Bridges in 2017. I started that up, and then that ended during the pandemic.
Hmm.
So I haven't played in a bit, but yeah, it was definitely fun. Maybe I'll get back out there. I don't know.
Never too late.
No, no, never too late. It's just the whole band politics thing. Like it sucks, man. I got so burnt out on like compromise and like I have to do things your way, even though I started the band and we're not playing what I want to play. We're playing what everyone else wants to play. Like I just got fried on it. I started Burn Your Bridges as a project where I could play the music I've been writing my entire life, and like two songs out of about 19 got heard. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna sit home, write and record my own shit. Maybe it'll see the light of day, maybe not.
Mm.
Well, at
But
least the nicest thing with music now is that the barrier to entry to make really good music from the comfort of your home is just
mm,
lower than it's ever been. Like
So
there,
yeah,
accessible.
there's so many engineers that you can send your stuff to that'll make it sound awesome, and it's you just sit home with your guitar, program some drums, program some bass,
hmm,
track some like it's easier than it's ever been and cheaper to get an actual good product.
yeah.
A nice thing now.
I mean, everything now could be done through plugins.
Yeah.
Even mixing mastering could be done through plugins. Like DistroKid has an affiliate that they use for mastering, which for the podcast, I wrote a track for it. I had my buddy John Gunther record the vocals for it, and then I ran it through their processor, and it sounds fine. Honestly, like doesn't sound as polished as like if I sent it to a top tier producer and paid thousands of dollars, but it's where I would like it to be. It's raw, but it
It
sounds
is,
good.
yeah.
Paying the thousands of dollars is the best part.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it.
Going in debt to a studio, you'll never see that money back. That's
Yep.
the greatest part about being a musician.
Absolutely.
Redlining it.
Couldn't agree with you anymore.
Half the music will probably live on a hard drive anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you guys have been doing this for a while, right? Like you started I forget what year I read online, but before COVID, before all that shit.
It doesn't count anymore.
Kind of, yeah. It's like the blackout year, but
Well, it's not even the same band. It's like
no.
it's a completely different band.
Yeah.
Different sound, different
I
members.
say when me and Conti joined forces, that's when this band started. So I would say
2021,
no 2020,
2020.
during the pandemic. We were at the skate park every day.
No, it might have been. I think it was 20
I feel like it
No,
was
21.
because no, so 2020 was when COVID actually shut everything down.
Yeah.
It was the next February. So it was 2020.
Oh, it was whenever I was going to get a lot of money to get the skate park.
It was
To find out we're probably going to get cancer from that skate park because there's fucking toxic waste underneath it and destroy that skate park. Not even kidding either. That Pace skate park, they shut it down because they found barrels of leaking contaminated toxin waste underneath the skate park.
Where else
Did they
do you
really?
put-
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they tore down the whole skate park because of it.
Oh my god.
So sad. It was so beautiful. It was so
So
beautiful.
good. You have my screws right here. My fat ass was actually starting to go up and down the bowl and grinding rails and stuff, and then they canceled everything. now I'm back to just being fat without a scooter.
I'm on the side of the
Well,
sewage. Where else are you going to put your toxic waste?
Yeah, I'm a bigger scooter now.
But yeah, I would say like so that's what Grandma was talking about like before like I had met Grandma and joined the band. I think you guys were running for like a year or two. Like if that even but it was
I don't count it because we didn't really do anything.
yeah, I mean it was in the most adolescent stages of like starting a band.
Yeah, so but
You know what I mean? Like but it's not it's a band, but it's not Resistor, if that makes sense. I think that's a good way to put it.
Once
Okay.
run started happening, from there it's been about 4 years now.
Yeah. I think that's
Nice.
that's probably what we would consider. Yeah. And like, there's some bands that'll be around for 10 plus years. So it's
Mhm.
it's kind of all relative to look at how you want to say if it's young or old, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. But you could just
No,
say
that-
it's young to make us feel better.
No, that makes sense though. Like when you finally found your niche, that's the good launching point for the band. That's cool.
The other thing to add to that, sorry to cut you off, but it's like
No, you're good.
to like piggyback off what you were saying before when you were saying like you had this project and like only 2 of your songs got heard and like the dynamics in politics like we are so beyond lucky that we all have a great time together. Like, we're like actually like brothers. Like
Yeah.
we do like When we do anything, we do everything together. You know, so
The old fingerboard.
What's up?
The old fingerboard. The old.
Used to fingerboard when I was like 6. But I saw that I saw you guys had your whole setup, like you're big on that whole thing. That's awesome.
We got Sewage City at the merch table. Big old custom
skate
ramp setup, skate park that takes up a third of the whole table.
Yeah, I took special notice to your merch because like everything I saw on your website, I was like they're way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. And like to see that you actually printed all the shit, I was like that's so sick. The significant other shirt, I loved the Metallica font with the eagle. I was like I have to go spend some money on these guys.
The Walmart special. That's the Walmart special.
That's right. That was a tour exclusive that we did for the last run, and I mean we pretty much sold out of it. I think we got a handful left from that one, but that one was,
Oh yeah.
that was a hot ticket on this
Same thing
run.
with the Knuckle Dragon.
Yeah, that one
was a good
too.
one.
Yeah.
We had a monster truck too. I don't know if you saw a wolf in a monster truck, and it was blue, kind of just like the eagle.
I don't
Like,
think I saw that one.
It's hysterical. They're just so funny. But that's our thing. Is just being stupid.
Yeah.
It comes naturally.
It's just such a good marketing thing. Like people remember seeing that kind of shit. So like, you know, you see a local band and they have their name in like, you know, brutal font and it's whatever. You spend the $10 on the shirt, but then to go up and see Resistor with the Limp Bizkit Significant Other album cover, it's like, oh shit, that's awesome. You guys are big on Mets. I noticed you had a lot of Mets things, and there it is. It's cool that you're creative because that's what's gonna make the money. Honestly, truthfully, what it comes down to is like creativity is what makes people remember. But you know,
Honestly, it's all just a long run con to try to get the New York Mets to sponsor us.
you never know.
We've been just planting seeds for like 4 years.
Hey,
Put us
Stranger-
on the jumbotron.
I just want like 10 seconds of that. I just want to be on the jumbotron once. And hang up with everything.
I want to be like the free
We made the
bobblehead.
Islander Twitter.
Oh my god! Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they were like saying like it's so good for a single father to bring his child
So
after the game.
it was. We went to the Islander game and it was Father's Day.
Yeah.
And me and him are sitting there like we're like, oh, let's post a picture of us and say like just like, oh, my father and son or whatever.
Yeah.
And he posted it and some like random people started commenting like it's so beautiful to see such a young father take accountability for his son.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
What mistake he made, like so many videos, so funny.
Funny, they know whoever he does some mistakes just being in the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, the biggest mistake.
The ultimate mistake.
Driving around in a fucking passenger van,
Yeah.
24/7,
Split living in it.
bathing in it,
Yeah.
Pretty
shitting
much.
in it.
Dude, that's so funny.
Marinating.
I think we're a stew band.
We were definitely
I'd say just gut it out, make it a Beyblade arena.
the whole thing.
The whole
Even the driver's seat.
yeah, let it rip, baby. Came in the front seat before. There was two Beyblades sitting in front.
Yeah.
We're a Beyblade band now.
Yeah, I heard. One of you was telling me on your Instagram page that you guys are getting into the Beyblade thing, which is awesome. I've noticed other bands doing the same thing, and it would be so sick to just see you guys throw down with them.
Honestly,
Like-
Beyblade battles would go so hard.
No, bro, they wouldn't be. Tell how much I spent on my newest one.
Don't tell
It made me sad.
Now I gotta know.
Let's go.
How much?
$250.
Oh my god.
Competitive standard.
It made me feel
That
bad.
was my tax refund check right there.
Yeah, the guys in Dead Within Days. Oh, that's so sick. The guys in Dead Within Days started running Beyblade tournaments at their shows. So
Yeah.
me and
I
Sam,
challenge. Actually, no, I challenge them because they definitely don't have as much as my battle box.
that's it.
we have an open challenge on the podcast.
Great.
Yeah, they posted a video and it's actually me and Sam playing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny, dude. So the challenge has been issued: Resistor versus Dead Within Days.
It'll be on our Patreon.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Chatterbait,
Exclusive content.
Jerkmate rank.
What is that thing called?
Naked Beyblades.
No, the fucking.
If anybody wants to go up with me
On Jerkmate
on
Competitive.
Jerkmate competitive, let me know. I am a celestial emerald edger.
The Emerald
The emerald edger.
Whatever the platinum one is.
Platinum. I think it's like platinum.
Was it Platinum Gooner?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny. I was gonna say who's the gooner.
Yeah, emerald edger. It was some I don't know. It was some weird one, but they were pretty clever. They were pretty good. That was the bronze beater.
The bronze beater.
I mean, as long as it has alliteration, it's a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would beater be?
I think he's that pleasure. Green's his color.
We're right little sis.
Oh, the Portus.
Very quaint.
I think it's good.
So I gotta ask you guys the same question that I'm sure you're tired of answering, but you guys have a lot of different sounds and a lot of different influence, I'm sure, but who are your main influences with what you do individually?
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst? Hell yeah, dude.
Let's go, baby.
When it comes to heavy music, I'm very into bands like Sworn In, Youth Forever, Dark Complex, stuff like that. And then even more classic stuff like, Slipknot, System of a Down, but broadly, I'm always been a big fan of post-hardcore music, bands like Seosin, Chiodos, things like that. So I definitely bring all those worlds together when I write and then dumb it down so it's on 3, 2, and open for us. I think it finds a nice place altogether.
Nice.
So initially when I had joined the band, like way back when, I didn't even listen to I listened to metal, but not like this. I actually had everybody make me like a playlist of like Gideon, Alpha Wolf, like all
nice.
like Kublai Khan, stuff like that. And I think over I really liked Alpha Wolf when I had started listening to it, but now I'm definitely more like Kublai Khan, Gideon, stuff like that. Even honestly, a lot of the we got lucky. Like a lot of the bands we end up touring with are really good. And I ended up like loving them. So
Yeah.
like Filth, I love Filth. I'll listen to Filth. I'll listen to Southpaw. You know what I mean? I get stuff from them, but for like the longest time, like not having like crazy like beat down influences, kind of like I feel like helped kind of figure out a different style, trying to relate it. But yeah, it's all just Frozen Ones. It's just supposed to be stupid.
Yeah.
So
Knuckle Dragon.
Knuckle Dragon with a Wicked Core.
Love it. I love it. So now you had mentioned Fred Durst. Now, is that your ironic answer or is that your main guy? Because
he's telling you the truth.
Because he means it.
Because I'm a big Limp Bizkit fan, so that's awesome.
Yeah. You think I'm kidding? That's been me all my life. I was actually gonna get Limp Bizkit tattooed across my knuckles when my girlfriend talked me out of it.
That's sick. Go for it.
I already put something there, so I can't do it now.
Instead, he got our band name, which is just a slightly less bad decision.
No, Limp Bizkit's my shit. so many people have hated on them, especially early on, but they're great.
No, how could you hate on them? The reason why I even listen to music. Like literally the best band to ever be created on the face of the planet.
I mean, it's crazy what a staple they became because, like you said, it was the easy joke in the early 2000s to clown on them and the whole.
No, I was serious. When West Borland first came back, I remember the first show back was at Gramercy, and I waited online overnight, and I was like number 2 online. Just to find out it was a free show and it was general admission, so I didn't even have to wait on that line. But I did it anyway. Yeah, Dad. My friend walked in the next day. I'm like, how the fuck did you get it? He goes, I just walked in. I'm like, cool. I just slept on the street for fucking 48 hours.
You have that story and he doesn't.
There's other stuff that happened, but I can't say it.
Patreon.
Oh, that's sick. I saw them one time. It was for a dysfunctional family picnic with Metallica, Linkin Park, Deftones, Mudvayne.
That's such a good lineup.
It was stellar. It was at MetLife Stadium. It was like when Saint Anger came out, and Limp Bizkit had
Saint Anger. I like Saint Anger. It's a good song.
Saint Anger was great. I love that album, despite the fact that it was so barely a Metallica album, but I appreciated it for what it was. But that was the year where Limp Bizkit came out with their cover of Sanitarium. And Balls Made of Steel, dude.
Have West Borland then.
Yeah.
Before Westworld?
No,
After.
so Westworld and Clifford, they had a guy named Mike Smith from Snot. I was in the band for a little bit. It was during Results May Vary.
Not from Booger.
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding. I'm actually am a little biscuit kid. So it was during the Results May Vary era where they had like, I'll eat you alive.
Yep. So they put out this cover of Sanitarium, and I was like, there's no way they're going to play it because they're direct for Metallica. And they fucking played it. I was like, that is balls made of steel type shit right there because Metallica played that shit an hour and a half later.
That's
Biscuit
hilarious.
probably better.
I mean, they killed it. It was really, really good, but I wouldn't have covered a Metallica song at a Metallica show I was opening.
Well, that's why they're Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living legends, dude.
You're not going to do it for the movie?
So,
Yo, let me ask you a question.
yeah.
How would you feel? Actually, I want to ask you this because I haven't really asked this to anyone. If Resistor were to do a cover, what would you want Resistor to cover? Like make our own version.
Oh, man. I don't know.
We've been struggling with this. We've been wanting to do a cover for a minute, and every time we try it, it ends up sucking. So I want to see what you thought.
Well, I have some important information now that I didn't have 10 minutes ago. If you wanted to cover a Limp Bizkit song, dude, I mean,
Who knows? We covered it once at a show because we played a new metal night in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah? What
We
song did you
once,
cover?
but it's too on the nose. That's my only thing about it.
We'll give you 3 guesses which song we did.
Break Stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Might get on the first try. Whoa.
So, if it was up to me, I'd want to hear you do something more random. Maybe like something that's...
Dude, I have an envision of a song that would be perfect, but we can't do it because the dude's in trouble all the time. I wanted to do
Puddle of Mud.
Dance.
What is it? Beautiful
The,
People?
the other most covered song of all time.
No one's done Beautiful People.
Everyone's done Beautiful
No,
I don't know, but everyone's done Beautiful People.
dude, I covered Beautiful People on the regular with Logan's Room.
You did it.
Well, then fuck me.
Yeah.
No, but so if you had to pick, we tried doing System of a Down, didn't work out too hot.
Yeah.
Then we tried doing Green Day, and that was axed real quick.
Yeah.
I want to do Payphone by Maroon 5. That's my next
Okay,
contender.
let's just do that.
Yeah.
What about a Dave Blunt song? What do you think about a Dave Blunt song?
A who? You say Dave Blunt?
Yeah.
He's the
I
guy
don't-
who sings the cup. Can't put down the cup. He was like a meme.
I don't know him.
Good stuff. Look it up.
I mean, the Browning earlier this year just released an Eiffel 65 cover. That was pretty sick.
They did. Blue.
I'm Brew.
What about if we do Barbie Girl?
Barbie Girl's
See,
fun.
that could be funny. That was like,
Brad did it actually.
Of course, they
I'm meant to live. Switch fun. Song's a bad.
that song throws down, dude.
So we actually had a Linkin Park one that Peter whipped up like a little while ago. That one went pretty hard, but then I don't know why we never continued with it.
Just a Linkin Park cover.
It wasn't, no, but we didn't really do anything different.
No, we made a whole breakdown out of it.
But it was just the breakdown at the end. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still something.
What are you gonna do?
But retracking the whole song.
You're,
is not like-
you're gonna remake the wheel?
Yeah. You could.
Well, like how Limp Bizkit did Fate, right?
Yes.
That's a good example.
Yes, that is.
Something-
That's a great
Something
example.
you wouldn't expect. Like, what about if we did Chumbawamba? Like,
That would
I
be
get
sick,
knocked
dude.
down, but I get up again.
Yeah, dude.
That's actually a great idea.
We're doing Chumbawamba. Mark my words. Hit up Randy. We're doing
Dude.
it.
And
Tom-
then they did.
Tub Thumping went hard when it came out. So,
What about Sugar Ray?
Sugar Ray, too. That's another good one. I mean, Fly would be
Smash Mouth
great.
might be a good one.
Smash Mouth, I feel like too many people have done at this point. Even fucking Falling in Reverse does Smash Mouth.
Neither loves falling in reverse.
You could do, 311 would be cool with you guys.
I did love
Down.
311.
Yeah. Down.
Yeah.
Three
Down.
Doors Down Trick
Yeah,
Tonight.
but there's a lot of words in those songs.
Yeah, there is. There's
It's
words.
like, dude, like, why can't they just be like
Less work.
last words?
Yeah, like less words. It's easier.
Get it. Get to the
All
point.
these words just say "fuck you." Like, just say it. Everyone's thinking about it.
Yeah, there is a lot of words in rap songs. You're right about that. I don't know, man. If I'm going back, like something like a pop song would be cool to hear you guys cover. Just make it like, something heavy.
I heard someone say payphone.
Someone did say payphone.
Yeah, so food for thought.
What about like a Foo Fighters song? I saw.
Yeah, let's do Everlong.
No one's ever covered Everlong.
No.
Untouched.
It's not like an internet fad or anything right now either, which is really good.
You tried to do Brain Sleep. That one didn't work out either.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Green Day's kind of hard to make something different of, you know?
Yeah.
They're so simple that you can't really do anything with it.
We just did the same thing, but in drop E instead of standard.
Yeah.
We thought that would carry us through 2.5 minutes, and boy, were we wrong. The joke got old about 45 seconds into the song. I thought it was good.
I don't know, man. I think the best covers are the ones that you hear it and then you can reimagine it and make it something that you could trademark for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't remember the Since You've Been Gone one. That was perfect.
Dude, I covered that cover. Like, it's so damn good.
Yeah, you want to make a cover that somebody else would cover the cover.
Was iconic.
Yeah.
Think about it too, and then get back to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, let us know.
You do the Beyblade theme song.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Let's do that.
We'll do the OG one though.
Nah, the new one's sick.
I didn't know they call. I watched a clip. I was watching because Ian told me that Moses parted the Red Sea with the Beyblades.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta watch it, and I watched it.
I was telling him the story of Passover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so basically, I was watching it, and it's this professor, and they call him Bays. I didn't know that.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why they call him Bays. No, call them by their full name.
Yeah. Protector Lane.
The Bays.
Yeah.
What the heck?
What the heck? What the heck?
Show.
Speaking of Beyblades, covers, metal bands, all that kind of stuff, and Dead Within Days, did you hear their cover of Hand of Blood? I don't know if you guys are into Ball for My Valentine at all, but they
Love
did
that first EP, the Poison or whatever.
Yeah.
I love that back in the day. Yeah, I didn't hear their. I actually worked with them for a bit. I've shot a music video for them.
Oh, nice.
And a studio documentary, which they've been like clipping out here and there. But yeah, no, they're all great guys.
Yeah, very good guys.
Girls the home, right?
Yeah. I heard their cover a couple weeks ago and it was incredible. But yeah, trying to think of something you guys could do. I'll have to get back to you on that of a good Resistor cover.
Sleep on it.
Yeah.
Sleep on it.
So
right now we're going with Payphone.
Yeah.
That song sucks.
Such a good song.
Okay.
I mean, I'm on your team with that. I do think that song blows ass.
Let's go.
It can't be a bad song.
But it has potential to be a good song.
What'd you say?
He said it has potential to be a good song. All you got to do is get rid of all the shitty parts.
Right.
That is the most Rambo answer I've ever heard anyone else say. Oh my god.
I told you that's how you do music.
Oh my god. Yeah, so the other thing that's funny, like we'll be in the van and like any of us will be playing music and he'll be like his thing is like, and he gets us every time, but now he can't get it. No, not anymore. He'll be like, what band is this? And you'll be like, oh, it's Spirit Bike. Oh, this band fucking sucks. Turn this shit off. 10 minutes later, oh, what band is this? Oh, what band is this one? That's his thing.
This is yeah, but usually if Ian's driving, this shit does suck.
That shit's awesome.
You got some terrible ass playlist. It sounds like people like fucking pulling each other's hair and like attempting to scream.
They have feelings.
Sucks.
They have feelings.
It's like the C level. I think Dance Gavin Dance is pretty bad to begin with, and then it's like the C tier below it. That's whatever garbage that is.
Just doesn't get it. That's fine.
I never got into the whole Dance Gavin Dance thing. It's I think pretty much everyone I know at this point loves that band, and I just don't see it. But I don't know. Maybe I just got to check them out more.
It's too much thinking.
Too much what?
I can't hear "fuck you" in the first 10 seconds. You lost me.
I'm a simple man.
If the song goes past the fourth fret, it's over.
That's it. When notice that drop beat, nah, it's not low enough. Fuck that.
So what is next for Resistor? I know you got the Southpaw tour, but are you guys doing
Probably gonna get something to eat. They ate Burger King, so I'm probably gonna go to Burger King.
It's too much.
solid
We get
answer?
home from Southpaw, then we have like 3 weeks to recoup, and then we go right back on tour. We have
Damn, dude.
Dinosaur, and then we come back from that tour, and then we go to record, and in the middle of recording, we have a festival that I'm not allowed to say yet, but it goes woo woo, and there's a lot
Oh
of
shit.
But yeah, he didn't say anything. And then we come back home to go back to recording, and then we leave to go play Michigan Metal Fest, and then we
Wow.
come back from that, and then we're going back to Puerto Rico, and then
Wow.
back from that, and then we have a full month in October into November. So yeah, we're booked up for the rest of the year.
That's legitimately incredible. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Whoop, whoop.
And a whoop whoop to you.
No one is ever gonna know what you're talking about, by the way. It's under tight wraps.
All right, cut that.
Cut that out. Yeah, cut that last part out. Cut that.
Which part? The whoop whoop or the
Whole thing.
No, I was thinking about the people, like a certain gathering of a certain thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about, sir.
There you go.
I'm going to drink Lego. Thirsty.
So when you guys go to record, are you doing a full length? You doing an EP? Or not allowed to say it?
We're just kind of playing it by ear right now.
Yeah.
That's not even kidding either. We don't play it by ear.
We're working with Randy LaBeouf again. He's the one who did our most recent EP that we just put out. And for when we had done it before, it was about what, 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was 3 weeks.
It was about 3-ish weeks
16
straight.
tours.
But this time with
It's closer to a month.
Yeah, it was a while.
This time with his schedule and our schedules, we're kind of piecemealing it. So we're going for a few days in July. We're going to start doing the pre-pro and stuff, then start laying things down in August, and then kind of see what the rest of the year looks like from there to see how much we're ultimately going to end up doing, all said and done.
Very cool, man.
And it depends on moolah too.
Yeah, but we definitely obviously want to do as much as we can, time and finances allows, but
Yeah.
we want to make the most music and the best music that we can over the course of the rest of this year.
Oh, we also do have a single in the pocket too that's ready to go, but we don't know when we're going to release it either.
Yeah.
Is that what you've been playing live lately?
Yeah, that one that with the big breakdown in the middle that people are like, oh, what the fuck is that?
It's like
that
most of the songs.
Yeah. But this one had the extra big breakdown. We played it live. So it's like the one that goes chugga chugga, wooka wooka.
That one.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Everything you guys played that night, like I recognize the songs that were on Are You Happy Now, but I was so fixated on you guys. Like I truly couldn't absorb what was happening. Like you guys put on such a damn good show. Every band that night blew me the fuck away. But dude, I need to hear more. So I'm very excited for everything you guys have coming up. I mean, I can't wait to see you guys play back here again. Are you playing anywhere remotely near New York?
Jersey next month.
Yeah.
Jersey? All right.
At Dingbats.
Oh, cool. That's a good spot.
That's the first day of the Southpaw tour.
What's up?
That's the first day of the Southpaw tour.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And then we're not far from here with Hunt the Dinosaur, right? We have something close by now. Though we're Best Buy. All right, I'm wrong. So honestly, that Southpaw one is really the last one close to home that we have coming up as of right now.
Hey,
But
you went for October or something.
yeah, so we'll see
What?
A run.
Mikey wanted to edit.
Oh,
so
just go home, dude.
That's what I just
Fuck
said.
that.
but
After a month.
we still got November and December open, and there's weekends here and there. So who knows? We don't, never say never. But as of right now, that Traders one will be the last one on Long Island for the year. It's looking like,
Which is fantastic, honestly.
yeah.
I would love to see you guys again, but I'm so happy for the fact that you're so busy that it's just taken off for you.
Definitely a good problem to have.
It is a good problem. A lot of the current problems are good problems, which is good.
For sure. And you guys are doing a couple festivals, right? Like I know there's one you can't talk about, but you said the other metal fest.
We have the one in October. What's that one?
That is in West Virginia, yeah. I'm blanking on the name of it, but we do have that in October. Michigan Metal Fest, like he said. That's with Dying Wish is on that, right?
No,
Dying Fetus, thank you. Wrong Dying band. Yeah, Dying Fetus is on that one. A bunch of other good bands. Fight From Within is on that with us too.
Oh, cool, man. So you guys got a lot of good shit coming up. I'm very genuinely happy for you.
Thank you, dude. We're really excited to be at this place where people are starting to like take the chance on us and like actually throw us into the mix. I think we're really excited to try and prove ourselves and actually get in there, you know?
Yeah, man. And I mean, anything I could do to help you guys out. Like, I know this is a very very young podcast, but
you can click Grambo's challenging Dead Within Days, and you can put that everywhere. Put the challenge everywhere.
All right, so
first wins.
So let's make this count. Come a little bit closer to the camera because I can barely hear you.
I'm starting with my Arrow Pegasus, a $250 bait I'll whoop everyone's ass with. And then I go to my Cobalt Drake.
You're telling them the secret sauce, bro.
I don't even need a slide because I also go left. I have a lefty winder too. I'll whoop everyone's ass. And I'm starting with Arrow Pegasus, and no one's going to catch up to me. So the bet is right here. First wins, 3 versus 3. My stadium versus their stadium. Done.
Dead Within Days open challenge.
And if he lets me borrow one of his Beyblades, I'll rip one too.
I'll even finish it with Phoenix Wing just so I can watch him cry.
Oh my god.
That's his favorite part.
The crying?
It's really about the cry.
Let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
Are you guys going to be out in July?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we're just a few days in July, and then we're finishing Hunt the Dinosaur the first few days of July. Then we're in the studio for a weekend, and then we may have a weekend run coming up in July. And yeah, and then from there, August to October is pretty much just recording runs. We got Puerto Rico, and then a full US. So
I was gonna say, Moon Groove Records is hosting MGR Fest at Uber Geek Brewing, and it's a big festival. That could be a good spot for a challenge if you guys want to get in on it. I know the Dead Within Days guys are gonna be there. They're helping out with the show and shit.
Do I want to make them cry at the fest?
Hey man,
in front of all those people.
Yeah.
Content is content. Let's go.
What years are probably like stop going when that happened in the middle of the day.
Right on the stage.
Yeah,
you went out red. That'd be
center stage.
Let her rip, man.
Everyone's gonna be like, what's going on?
Dude, I got those fancy Japanese launchers and everything. I ain't playing around with that Hasbro shit.
It's good stuff.
This is
You know,
it.
you guys, I have to say, like, you could feel the camaraderie in this band. Like, you could tell that you guys are all like very tight with each other.
A lot of camaraderie in the stomach too.
Like 4 shits tonight.
A lot of camaraderie.
A lot of calm and a lot of camaraderie.
Well, I might have to release one at the stack practice space. We bullied the landlord into getting double ply toilet.
He says we.
It was all him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Confront him at a show.
Fancy practice space. You go to the bathroom with single ply toilet paper. You might as well just fucking wipe barehanded at that point.
You don't.
Yeah. It's one square one place.
You take it, you scoop, and wash your hands. It is now.
I used to have the same thing. We with Logan's room, we had an old studio in Massapequa off of Clocks Boulevard. And
that was our old space. That rat.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking garbage over there.
Were you at 1 clocks or 2 clocks?
1 Clocks.
Yeah.
Oh god, bro! I saw human feces on the floor in that place. And I'm not even trying to be funny. There was one day I walked in. There was like someone took a shit on the floor. The rats.
He was sundowning. It was him.
You go in the parking lot and the rats would just stare you down.
Yeah, that's actually true.
The rats were
no joke there.
No,
they
that's
would stare you the fuck down. They wouldn't run away. They're like, "Yo, who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, they're like, "You want my garbage?"
It was like the rats would show them, and then fucking Sid would pop out of nowhere.
But they painted the building, so
Yeah,
they did?
Yeah, so that made everything better.
This is shit.
yeah. I was gonna say
everybody there, fucking roof was leaking.
we had kind of a big room. We had one that had a stage in it and shit, and we were paying almost $1,000 a month.
Could have been our room, yeah.
Wait, that's your room?
Wait. Did you like go like if you walked in, it was like the on to the right, right?
Yeah.
That's probably
That was our room.
dude.
Holy shit!
Dude, no way.
So the roof was leaking and everything too, right?
Yeah.
And there was like on the stage there was like kind of a area where it was like denting
The
in,
stage
right?
was like
A
breaking.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It
There was like a bottle opener bolted to the wall in the back.
the what?
I think so. Yeah. There
A
was
bottle opener?
bolted to the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. We
Yeah.
have the original. We have the original
Oh,
pictures that were in that room.
yeah.
We stole them with us.
Do these look familiar to you?
Yes.
Stole them from the room.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, that was our room. All the things you said, all the things. That's what we should cover.
Tattoo, go for it.
Good song.
That's so funny, man. Small world.
Yeah, that place was a shithole.
Yeah, it's a dump.
Now we're next to fucking. Now we're on nasty shit.
It was
next to
so-
the strip club.
The other thing was so funny. I would pull up to practice, and I would always stop and look in the bathroom because the landlord was always fighting with the crackheads who were squatting in there. But it wasn't like in person. They would write messages to each other in the bathroom walls and shit. It was awesome.
Yeah, that place, for the amount of money that the bands pay to have a room there, like it was not maintained at all. There were days where like you go in there, there's no toilet paper. Like nothing's clean, nothing's
There's no
maintained.
toilet.
Just the pipe.
He put the pipe on the floor.
But I think that same room now is a venue. It's like an underground kind of venue.
We should have done that. We could have made money.
I think
I
still there.
a friend of mine played a show there. She's in a punk band called Bending Over Backwards, and she was on a mixed bill, so there was a lot of metal shit going on. But like for them, like they walk into this room and she's like, I feel like this is familiar. She sent me a picture and I was like, yo, that's my old room. Like straight up. Like they put beams on the high bars and shit. They decked out the stage with lighting. It looks like a fucking venue.
Wow.
It's sick.
Oh, you see the pentagram on the door? Is that still there?
I don't know. It wasn't there when I was in there.
You think it's still there?
I didn't see
It's
it.
definitely not there. He definitely took it down. He probably looked it up.
We filmed so many music videos in there too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's that place was an absolute fucking dump though. And like the point of that really, aside from finding out we had the same room, was that it's not maintained. It's hidden by a pin code that like I think everyone knew, but there was always filth around the fucking doors. It always smelled like piss and shit. Like it was disgusting there.
And cigarettes and mold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mold is the worst part. I thought we were gonna die in there. Like our merch, like we had to stop leaving the merch in there because it started smelling weird.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
We left our equipment there because we were the only ones, renting that room. And we changed all the locks on the doors and shit, but it got to a point where I was like, I feel like we shouldn't be leaving guitars here because it got so humid in there. It was like things are gonna start to warp. I had my fucking drum set there, like it was a mess.
Yeah.
Not well regulated.
No.
Yeah, when we were in that room, it was us, Senseless, and Karma Versa.
Oh, you guys had 3 bands in a room?
Yeah. I mean, it was a big ass room. We're broke, so.
Yeah, us too. That's why we stopped going there. Is we were too piss poor to do it.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like we have a nice ass practice space now with like wood walls and everything.
Yeah.
Like the room that we're in right now.
It's somebody made a studio. Like somebody built this room into a studio, and we're sitting in the control room. If that makes sense.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
legitimately
over
like what I thought it was.
The next room over is our
The
practice.
it would be the live room.
Yeah, so like
Oh,
that's what we
cool.
practice. So like we're paying the same exact money. So I remember when the landlord came over, it was like, "Oh, we're raising the rent." I'm like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna leave."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I know you said this new one's like out like Amityville or West Bab, right? Like it's
West
still
Bab,
kind of local.
Yeah, we're right next to the strip club. The underground strip club.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be a strip club, but it is.
Oh.
Gentleman's Lounge.
Yeah, it's like a DVD store. If you put $1 in the machine, like the curtain goes up, and it's like, oh, hey, baby.
There was a studio over there a while back that I wasn't sure if you were in the same one, but my friend's old band used to play there. It was technically West Babylon, but you had to go kind of like to Lindenhurst, almost East Farmingdale to get there. It was like some weird. I forget what it was, but you had to pass like the East Farmingdale Fire Department to get there.
Are you talking about
Off of Edison. There's other studios over there on Dale Street.
Yes, it was
Oh,
off
yeah.
Edison.
Oh,
No,
there was another one.
we're off of Edison also, but we're on Nasty Street.
Okay.
So the one that you're thinking about is probably the one on Dale Street. It was owned by a dude that did like an Elton John cover band or some shit like that.
I don't know. I know like when
Remember his name was Lance.
I won like an internet contest for them. Like they asked a quiz on one of the things, and the prize was go sit on one of their rehearsals. So I won. I go up to the door, and I'm like, "There's fucking bullet holes in the glass. I don't want to be here. Like, what the hell is happening?" I texted them like, "Am I in the right spot? I feel like I'm gonna die." They came out, they got me, brought me in the room, but there was a whole separate entrance because that door got shot up about a week before I was there.
Nice.
So I was like, "Yeah, man."
Let's fucking go.
Like,
You know what's
if
crazy
this,
about the main street that we practice on is notorious for drag racing. Like everyone thinks they're in the Fast and the Furious with Honda Civic stuff here.
yeah.
We they chop off the muffler and you hear it go.
Begging for death.
Yeah, so you just hear the fucking alternator like fucking going. It's like the transmission slipping, and they're like, "Yeah, man, that feels great."
So
and then
good.
Gary's like at the end, he goes, "Yo, bro, here, finish line."
The first recording studio I ever was at was in Deer Park off of Brooks Ave, and it was basically a chop shop right next door. So the entire fucking time, all you hear is like customs starting up and revving and shit. I'm like trying to record, we're actually getting shit bleeding in. It's not good.
Wow.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I would love to do drums there.
Just color.
Um, there was also this crazy dude that had his own. I can't even call it a store, a few garages down or whatever, and he was a collector and a hunter and shit. I'm pretty sure that he needed to get off the grid, which is why he was there. Because like this dude always had like dead animals and shit that he was skinning and trying to like create jerky and shit from. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. But he was. What's up?
What's his name? Ed Gain?
No. It was nuts though. He's like, "Hey guys, I just killed a deer. Do you want to go see it?" I'm like, "No. Do I have to?"
He's like, I'm making jerk. I'm like, that's awesome. Can I have some?
He's like, "What flavor is this, human?"
It's weird.
So
You have a human deer?
we end up going down to his garage, and like there's a dead deer just completely skinned and sprawled out, completely cleaned off the bone, just on a tarp. I was like, dude, I gotta go home. Like I don't want to be around this crazy shit. I'm pretty sure you cutting up human beings too, but whatever.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah,
It's quaint.
very quaint.
I miss honesty. Where the hell is he?
So,
He's probably thinking somewhere.
yeah.
Probably not thinking.
So you didn't talk to our DJ at all, right?
No, I didn't get a chance to meet him.
He's a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call him the thinker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's always thinking.
He's got ideas brewing.
So he's earned his nickname then.
Yeah,
He is more than earned it.
The other day he called me. He goes, "Hey man, I was thinking." I'm like, "No, no fucking way."
No, I got to meet your drummer too. He was super nice. Like all you guys are incredibly friendly guys. So it was good to actually meet you guys.
Did you shake his hand?
No.
Oh, you didn't? I was going to ask if his wrist was still hurting. He's already broken.
No, he was standing behind me during Path We Choose, and I noticed like as I'm turning around to like go back into the bar area, I was like, "Oh shit, you play drums for Resistor, right?" He's like, "Yeah." That was it.
Sounds like
But-
Yeah.
Peter, what?
Peter?
Wait, my name's Peter? What?
But like, if I see a band that's like about to go on, I'm trying not to bug anybody because I've been there. I know how much that shit sucks to like have to load in your own equipment. And, like, I try to stay out of the way, especially like going on and coming off stage. It blows when people like up your ass about things. So try to give everyone their space.
I don't necessarily mind. Like if people come up and say, "Oh, that's cool," But definitely, if we're carrying something massive and they're like, "Hey, stop for a second," we're like,
Yeah.
Nah, come here and help me.
But the help is appreciated.
The lingerers can be a lot sometimes, but
Yeah.
anyone that
It's
comes
the
up and says
lingering.
what's up,
It's the
yeah.
lingering. It's the.
It is awesome deja vu.
You just can't linger. That's all.
The linger.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying. You could be like me. I'm just sweating over everyone's merch. Trying to do the merch right after.
What size did you want?
The fuck?
You don't have it.
God, it's hot in here.
I'm so fucking hot.
What the fuck?
Man, like I saw a lot of people going up to you guys after you played, so I was like, oh, I'll just wait till they're at merch or whatever before I introduce myself, because just out of respect, it always sucks when you're trying to carry your shit and there's people that are like just won't leave you alone. But I also try not to be that guy in general. Like it's kind of
There's nothing wrong with coming up and saying hi or
We love being with everyone. That's why we do this shit. We
Yeah.
don't do it for the money and fame. I can tell you that much. No, we love honestly being with everyone. Just the fact that people even listen to us, it means the world to us. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
that's all that matters to us. As long as people are having a good time and we're slapping their friends and shit, we're having fun.
I'm glad you guys enjoy what you do so much because it definitely shows, you know. You guys all on stage, like you look like you're having a good time. You look like you love what you do. So you can't really take that away from you, you know?
Oh, you cannot.
That's the whole thing. Like, yeah, there's no reason to do any of this if you're not having a good time.
Right.
If you're not having a good time, just go work an office job, make actual real money, buy a home.
Yeah.
You can do all three of them.
Support yourself.
Yeah, like, you know,
Listen,
don't live
dude.
off fast food.
And there's something wrong with Buc-ee's.
I was working an office job for the last 7 years, and I'm renting an apartment. There is no buying a home with office job money anymore. Like shit doesn't pay either. So you might as well live your life and do what you love doing.
It's true.
Or you could be like me. I work an office job remotely, but they have no fucking clue that I'm on the road.
Except for when he keeps saying in public forums that he does it.
Yeah, that could be a problem for you.
Yeah. I'll figure it out when it comes.
What movie was that? Euro Trip? Where where he's like calling his boss all the time. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get that sent over right away," but he's actually in fucking Italy.
Yeah, that's what it. So I had to do my yearly like review or whatever. I know we had to pull over the side of the road in like the blistering heat in Alabama, and I set up an office inside the trailer.
He did. There's a picture.
This is fucking anyway. Where are you right now? I just had to get out of my house for a little bit.
Maybe I'll look for the picture and send it to you so you could flash it on the screen.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So, I think like I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer, but I think that you guys are probably one of the more genuine bands that I've actually had the experience of talking to. I can't thank you enough for hopping on a call with me real quick, and I hope we can do it again soon with the entire band because I think you guys are gonna blow up, man. I really think that like what's happening now is just the beginning for you, and if you guys, you know, if you need me to shout anything out, let me know. Any shows, tours, singles, anything, I got your back the whole way. So you guys just let me know.
Appreciate that, dude.
I'll do all the shouting out right now. You ready?
Hit him with plugs.
Catch us on tour with Southpaw in May. Catch us with Hunter Dinosaur Fight Within June and July. We'll be at a certain event. After that, we'll be at a couple festivals. Puerto Rico will be coming back for you. We got full US coming in October. We have a single ready to go. God knows when it's coming out because we didn't do anything for it yet, but we got it coming out. And we got other stuff. Keep streaming our Wiggle.
We got Beyblades, we got Tech Decks, we got fingerboards, we got finger scooters.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, like the Patreon.
OnlyFans.
Not gonna be going
Chatterbait.
Might be good, right?
It's definitely good.
The Emerald Edger. Ow.
Jerkmate and Patreon.
Yeah. Dude, thank you. Really, thank you.
Yeah, man, this was really
The
fun.
Golden Gooner.
Yeah, I mean, like Ian was saying before, like we do it and we're like we really do it because we love it. And then, getting to talk to people like yourself or, talk to anybody else who might be a fan or might be somebody that just has a question about like gear that we're using or like we love it, we love
Yeah,
meeting
man.
people and getting to hear their experiences or even when we're in a different state, I honestly love talking with the local bands because I love to hear their experience and what their music scene is like. And, we're lucky that we get to go to places where people are, it
Yeah.
sounds stupid, but go to their homes and, live in it for a
More
day.
people aren't.
That's true.
You want to
A
go
lot
where
of
they are.
Actually, believe it or not, there's been many shows where people randomly pull out their fingerboards, and I get to show them why I'm the viral sensation. So, what happened, bro? Man,
I love metal music. I love the community that it builds around it. I love the fact that no matter where you are, we all have something in common, you know? I'm newer to you guys. Like I said, I only found you in December, January, and it's because of an ad that you were running on Instagram. I saw you popping
nice,
up
dude.
all over the place. I was like, these guys fucking rip. I have to check them out more. But like, that was the exposure. That was it. I found you guys. I'm like, shit, they seem like really cool dudes. I'd love to have them on. I'd love to like see what they're about. And I'm glad I had the opportunity to. And what you guys are doing is special because I think that the next generation of metal, we're heading towards a very overproduced, basically pop based industry, and you guys are bringing it back to the real shit. And you're bringing humor back, like that's something that a lot of bands avoid. They're
I
like, we
think
have to be.
one thing is like bands like have an idea of what their image is, or like they go for a certain thing. Like most bands are like they're wearing like cuts with patches, or you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're mean metal guys, bro. Don't mess with them. We're idiots. We do it because we love it. Like the biggest thing for us is like staying true to ourselves, and that's with the music, with the lyrics, with the merch designs. With
Yeah.
the people we play with, it's because that's us. Those are other people we believe in and love, and I
Hmm.
think that's the most important thing is that we're being ourselves. We're not trying to be anything we're not.
We're
Which
not good
is
enough actors to be anyone else.
Yeah, really. So
keeping the DIY, Jamie.
exactly, man. That's the right attitude to have, is that you guys are just out there doing it, like you're getting the opportunities because you're working, but you also have something that you offer. Um, but yeah, I love the fact that like I can go up to your merch table and laugh at the merch and be like, man, these guys really take themselves seriously enough that they don't take themselves that seriously at all. And I think that's badass. I have to buy
Yeah,
something.
you understand the imagery? The imagery makes sense, right?
Yeah. Um, no, everything you guys do, like I I know there's a reason behind the rhyme. I know that in order to understand that, you have to listen to your music and you have to know what you guys are about. But if you're just a random fan at face value and you see that, it's like, damn, man, they were really good. They're selling some great merch. And even if they don't buy a shirt, like they're gonna remember the name. They're gonna go home and look you guys up and be like, man, they seem like fucking awesome guys. And look, that shirt's also online. Like I was broke as shit at the AMA show, but you better believe I'm gonna go buy a shirt online. Like,
Just bring it to you.
yeah, let me know what you want, dude. Text me after because we live in the same town. So
oh yeah, your West Islip?
Don't pay tax and shipping fees. We'll just bring it to you.
yeah, I can
All
drop
right.
it off to you tonight if you want.
Oh, cool, man.
Anytime. So
Yeah.
no pressure. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you make late night calls?
for the right price. Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
I know I said no tax, but after 10 p.m. it's all things change.
Unfortunately.
No, there's a couple of things that I was curious about. Like I saw you guys were selling that skate deck online, and I'm just trying to find a way to make it make sense to hang that somewhere because I'd love to have you guys sign that for me and just put it up somewhere.
What the fingerboard?
I don't know if it was a fingerboard. I thought it was a full size skate deck.
Oh no, they're all fingerboards.
No,
Oh yeah. What's your
it'll be
band
a real
website?
empty wall.
Yeah, but Michaels has those sweet frames, those shadow boxes.
It's about this size. It's pretty big, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's a massive, actually.
34 mil,
Yeah, like there it is to my finger. It's honestly, it's way too big.
Yeah.
It's like too
Nah,
much. Like, what do you do with all this, bro?
I saw the ones that you guys were selling at the show, and they were definitely bigger than average, but yeah, it's all good. I thought it was cool as shit though. And you also mentioned that you guys you make them yourself, right?
Oh yeah.
That's this guy.
You like carve the wood and everything?
No, not actually.
Across the wood.
We actually designed the concave and the size and the dimensions. All the graphics are done internally, but we it's all CNC machine processed out.
Oh,
So
cool.
Sewage Crew fingerboards. Got multiple designs. We even do designs for other bands too.
Now, are you guys the OG Sewage Crew band?
Yeah.
We are the Sewage Crew.
Yeah. I see the name popping up a couple other places, so I wasn't sure if you guys were like it. Like I
Like you know how Slipknot has the maggots?
yeah.
Yeah, that we got our Sewage Crew.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Well, I'm going to let you guys go, but it was an absolute pleasure talking for a little bit, and good luck with everything that you guys have coming up, and keep in touch with me. I would love to have you guys back on sometime. We'll get a full band thing going.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, you guys are about to have a hell of a 2025, so let's see if we can do something to cap it off at the end of the year.
That sounds
But-
great.
Been an absolute pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for taking some time for me.
Thank you,
I
man.
appreciate you, man. You have a good one.
Take care, guys. Have a good night.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I hope you enjoyed getting to know the boys in Resistor, and please go see them on the road. They're going pretty much everywhere, even places we can't fully disclose yet. I just hope they like Fago. Thank you for your time and support, everyone who listens, all the interactions on social media, who tells their friends to listen. I love you all. I appreciate you more than words can say. Again, the easiest and cheapest way for someone to support a friend's business ventures is to help get the word out. Share the page, like and share a post, tell your friend about something I've said, or a band you heard on the podcast. And if you're listening on YouTube, absolutely obliterate that subscribe button. It goes a very long way. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again on the next one. You have been listening to the Face the Music podcast. Be well, everybody. Be safe, and I will see you again soon. Peace.